What's up, sports fans? I'm your host, Isaac Wilkes, and today is Armchair Tuesday. And today's Armchair Team of the Week is going to be the New Orleans Saints, a team very near and dear to my heart. And we're talking about them today because I think there's some ways we can fix them. And I'm interested to hear you guys' opinions and thoughts on it. So we saw them play Sunday afternoon. Played the early game. They played a divisional game, very tough, important game against the Panthers. And we see them sneak out a late win, 27-24. Drew Brees throws for 3 touchdowns, and they look good. Overall, they look fine. But some things I think need to be worked on, right? One of them being depth at receiver. They had 2 nobodies playing receiver because Emmanuel Sanders and Michael Thomas are both injured. And they have to figure out how to get past that, right? So that's one of the things that, a lot of people knock the Saints about. They say the Saints would be good if they weren't always so hurt, right? And that's true. But I look at them and I say, with a 40-year-old quarterback and and one of the better paid receivers in football not playing, and another very good receiver not playing, the Saints look fine, right? They're 4-2, excuse me. And those 2 losses against 2 pretty good teams, the Raiders team that beat the Chiefs in Kansas City, home, they beat the Chiefs at home, and then a Packers team that, frankly, other than last week against Tampa, have been dominant all season. So we look at them, and those are both close losses. They're not blowout wins. They're not. The Raiders are a little farther away. They're a 10-point loss, but Packers team has a 7-point loss. You look at them and you say, something didn't go their way. It's not that big a deal. But I look at it, and so a report came out that basically Friday at 3 a.m., Sean Payton came up with this game plan. That's indicative of a good coach, right? And this is what I want to say on today's Armchair Tuesday. Today's Armchair Tuesday is it may be time to include Sean Payton in the top 5 coaches in the NFL. And I hear a lot of people say that, Andy Reid's a better coach, Pete Carroll's a better coach, Bill Belichick's a better coach. And I argue this: Sean Payton has been doing less with more for a long time, right? He's made just a lot of really good decisions, a lot of crazy decisions, I'll mind you. Not the least of which is an onside kick to start the second half of a Super Bowl, which, granted, that onside kick went his way, and he won that Super Bowl. I argue that if he doesn't make that call, they probably don't win that Super Bowl. Just momentum and things like that. So we see them make the plays that have to be made to be great teams, right? To beat great teams. And over the years, we've seen it, and they do it with players who should not be as good as they are. Alvin Kamara was a 3rd-round pick, I believe. A lot of our defense is sort of a mismatch of not starters, not traditional, first-round picks. We have figured out the key. Sean Payton has figured out the key is to put good pieces together, regardless of their cost, right? So the cost isn't the issue. It's, are they long-term talented? Because there's short-term talented players in the NFL who are good right now, and they will be good maybe for a year or 2, but they're not long-term talented. We see Sean Payton has Michael Thomas, who, by all accounts, this is his 3rd year in the league, I believe, 4th year in the league, and he is still talented. Alvin Kamara the same way, still talented. And we see these long-term talented players who, over the next, 5 to 7 years, will continue to make impacts. And that's the kinds of players that you need on championship teams. And that is, frankly, why the New Orleans Saints are my Armchair Tuesday Team of the Week. Because even though they won a close game against the Panthers, it's a divisional game against a former quarterback of theirs, and they handled it in such a way they came out with a victory, and they came out looking okay. They found a kicker, for crying out loud, who hasn't missed yet this year, in a year where missed kicks have been everything in games. He hasn't missed a kick yet, and I think just that paired with a lot of other things makes the Saints my Armchair Tuesday Team of the Week. As always, I'm Isaac Wilkes. This is today is Armchair Tuesday. Check out the Only Friends Sports Podcast and Armchair Tuesday podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you.